With a WWE star thinking Bray Wyatt is returning and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for September 22nd. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. After making her debut for AEW, former WWE star Paige, going by her real name Saraya, is now signed to the company, as Tony Khan wrote on Twitter. Welcome to AEW. Saraya is all elite. Thank you to everyone watching AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. Paige would react to her debut writing, "Wow, absolutely blown away by the pop in the stadium and the reception outside of it. Been a long journey. Couldn't be happier to be in AEW. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to my babe for letting me use this song Zombified." When asked about potential matchups for her in AEW, 5-time Knockouts champion Madison Rayne told the AEW Unrestricted podcast, "I've never been in the ring with Toni Storm. I've never been in the ring with Nyla Rose. So it's literally like all of these dream scenarios in my head. I would see Anna Jay or Julia Hart walking down the hallway, and I feel like me and Julia could really make magic together. There's so much potential to some of these younger athletes, and I feel like at this point in my career, those are the matches that I want to have. The matches with younger talent who hopefully I can help elevate. There's just endless amounts of talent in the locker room. I feel like people haven't even started to see the depth of Penelope Ford. Wait to see Bunny come back, and she's another one who once she really taps in and gets the minutes, and the things she can do with those match minutes are just insane." Speaking of Bleacher Report about the WWE recruitment process, Senior VP of Talent Operations and Strategy James Kimball said literally 6-month intervals, 2-year mark, you're up or out. Obviously, there is a constant evaluation at the Performance Center. Coaching staff are staff on site all the time, constantly evaluating, but formal, deliberate evaluations occur in 6-month periods. At that time, these all kind of flow around the same entry points. We'll do a tryout and then a set of releases and churn out. Right now, our goal is to add volume, quality, and depth to developmental. Coming into this week, we have 110 talents in developmental. Our goal by the end of the year is 130. Sweet spot for us long term is about 150. During COVID, that number got below 100. We're replenishing it, but we're replenishing it with what we believe to be real premium quality talent. To do that, and to do it consistently, you have to make sure there are no bottlenecks. That boils down to archetypes too. Right now, in this tryout, there are 3 to 4 females who are 5'3" to 5'5", 130 to 140 pounds, generally the same type of look. Eventually, it's the same type of character. We have a few of those same archetypes and frames in developmental. We need to now be disciplined. You have so many slots for this profile that make up. We come into the week thinking, while there may be some gaps, we need height on the female side. Here is a full system in place from a churn and a schedule against where evaluation takes place, and at the 2-year mark, if you've not made it on NXT TV on a regular basis, this is not for you and it's not for us. With WBC heavyweight boxing champion Tyson Fury getting involved in WWE's Clash at the Castle event in Cardiff, Wales, Triple H spoke to SportingNews.com about Fury's future in the company. "I think Tyson Fury is chomping at the bit to get in the ring. The question is, which ring will he get into? Is it going to be the boxing ring or is it going to be the WWE ring? We were just together in Cardiff. We had a long talk about it. He's as enamored as ever and wanting to do this with us. I think he knows he's got a few big fights left in him in the boxing world. I think he's going to capitalize on those fights, as you were hearing. Selfishly, I want him to come work with us. Also selfishly, I want to see those fights. I hope he knocks those out, and I hope he stays interested because I do think with the dedication and the drive he has, that he could do something special with us as well." Talking about his time as a part of D-Generation X in WWE, Triple H revealed a sports Bible that Vince McMahon threatened to fire him every week due to the explicit nature of the DX segments on Raw. We said, "Let us take the letter and use it on TV." Vince McMahon was like, "In what way?" I said, "We will make it into a comedy routine." He was like, "Alright, make sure it's funny." But he's got a pretty warped sense of what's funny, so it's alright. We did like a presidential podium and the 3 of us got up there as if Shawn Michaels was president and we were standing behind him. We went through the list of words and they bleeped the words we weren't allowed to say. We said, "This is direct from USA USA, we indeed Generation X apologize for our attitudes, we will no longer say the words. And we went through the list. The next day we got a letter from USA that said congratulations on the ratings last night. What DX did with our letter was hilarious. Congratulations on the success, here's to many more years. Talking on WWE's The Bump, Rhea Ripley spoke about going through a transformation over the past year as she said, "Oh, immensely. I feel like the main thing that's changed is my mental stability. Yeah, I'm definitely more confident in myself. I know what I want. And it's the same as what these boys want, and that's why we're all on the same page. We don't really care who we have to go through to get to it. If you're on our side, you're on our side. That's cool. If you're not, we're gonna go through you, and that's the mentality that I have now, and I think that's why I've changed so much." When asked about the previously reported backstage issues in AEW stemming from the all-out brawl, commentator for the company Taz told Newsday, "Anything that happened 2 weeks ago, last week, or last night, that's in the rearview mirror, and we're onward and upward. That's how it's been, no matter what. The pro wrestling business is a train, and the train is going to keep on rolling." On his OU Didn't Know podcast, Road Dogg called out AEW for letting talent run the show. "I think as far as AEW go, you could for dang sure put on really good show on Friday night if you wanted to," Road Dogg said, noting that AEW should be utilizing what he describes as Wednesday night talents, as the 2 hours provided by Dynamite isn't quite enough for the growing list of marquee talents. "I just don't think they use theirs wisely. The inmates can only run the asylum for so long, and that's how I feel about that." With many fans noticing a few botches on the part of referee Paul Turner during AEW Dynamite, the Wrestling Observer pointed out that this was planned. This was actually done on purpose. Like sometimes you'll go, "Oh my god, these agents need to talk to each other so they don't do the same finish 3 matches in a row." I was thinking the same thing. But on Rampage, in the Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara match, it actually ends up showing that this was done on purpose to build toward what they're doing on an angle on Rampage going forward with Paul Turner. Sticking with AEW's Grand Slam from last night, the Observer also touched on the status of Wardlow following the event, saying Wardlow appeared to be hurt. "I don't know how serious. He appeared to have a leg injury, but he did come back and do all the power bombs on Mark Sterling." Speaking on the In the Click podcast, Bayley commented on Sasha Banks' car being broken into in Oakland last month. "She was here for some work stuff. She was warned that something could happen. I was optimistic about it. I was like, you'll be fine. Luckily, it wasn't anything important, but it still sucks, you know? Just to have to deal with a rental car freaking having a cracked window and insurance and all that stuff." With many fans speculating on what the White Rabbit song being played during commercial break means, Ronda Rousey gave her take during a Twitch stream as she said, "During the breaks between matches, they've been doing this thing where they turn off the lights and they play White Rabbit. We all have our theories about what it means, but I like to think that it's Bray Wyatt coming back." Some even pointed out that the poster for Extreme Rules shows off a lantern, a staple of Bray during his Wyatt family days. During the Raw Singh show, Kurt Angle was asked about potentially taking a deal with AEW and how that could affect his relationship with WWE. Angle revealed he is under a Legends contract and hinted at having a role at WrestleMania 39. "They're talking about maybe me doing something at WrestleMania. They are always reaching out to me to help do media and stuff like that, kind of be an ambassador for the company. I like doing that. I don't mind because I can't wrestle anymore. It's just an idea. It won't be in a wrestling capacity at all. There is nothing there yet." With CM Punk being stripped of his AEW title after the all-out backstage brawl, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that Punk's injury changed plans. Tony Khan put the championship on Moxley when Punk got hurt the first time, the interim championship, because he thought it was the best guy for the job, the guy to, have the best situation to build up Punk before Punk faced MJF. The original plan for Chicago was Punk and MJF, but because Punk got hurt and had to win the championship, things changed. On the In the Click podcast, AEW President Tony Khan touched on how he plans out storylines in advance. Well, I was thinking about that through the summer about All Out, Grand Slam, and then building towards Full Gear. You have to be on your toes in this business and all sports because injuries happen, unexpected circumstances happen, and plans change. So we've been ready to make changes as things happen, as injuries happen. Right now, the roster is very healthy, very strong, and it's coming together for one of the best events we've ever put together. So you always have to be ready, watching, having plans in place, but then keeping an eye on what's happening. Speaking of CM Punk, Wade Keller, PW Torch, noted how Punk's name was not mentioned when Ian Riccaboni recalled notable ROH title holders. I think this is noteworthy, but not surprising that he excluded CM Punk's name, as he talked about some of the biggest names who have held the title. That's a bit of a tell. As I talked with Jason Powell yesterday about, I'm not expecting CM Punk to wrestle in AEW again. I'm not saying it's a 100% sure thing, but everything is pointing in the direction of some sort of buyout of his contract. We'll learn more eventually about that situation. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.